to get fuzzy.
Well, my doctor told me when I went like last year, she goes, "Yeah, you're only supposed to wear them once. That's what they're for. They're for surgery, and you throw them out. You're supposed to wear them over and over
That
again."
makes sense. I mean, I was carrying it around in my pocket. It's coming
I
out
did
all
too,
fucking
dude.
like,
Wait,
I gotta unfold this.
The
like
the light blue ones?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
they're
just,
surgical.
They
They're
were
for
black.
surgery, and you throw them out.
Oh, I rock the same one for
As long as you
dude.
can.
Until I
right?
lose it.
Same,
Until I lose it,
right.
yeah.
Or like until I just realized it's on the floor of my truck, and I'm like,
The Gators
That's
are a game
gross
changer.
now.
I just keep them in my glove box. I have it all. I have one for the gym, one for like everyday life now.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I have other masks in there just in case.
Do you have to wash it every time after the gym? Does it get,
I wash it like once a week.
It's funky.
Well, I usually like I wear. It's like, dude, it's so weird because like the gym is weird because some people are always wearing it, and then there's like black dudes that go in there and they're not even wearing anything.
they're
And
just naked.
They're just naked. No, they're just not wearing. They're not wearing it. And like some people don't call them on it.
Ladies and
Sorry,
gentlemen,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ManChild's podcast.
God
I am here
damn
with
it.
Bill
The
and
fuck
Bill
you catch me saying
and
that?
Morgan.
Hi.
Oh, I couldn't pay attention to it.
So anyway, but my gym, it's crazy because you don't have to wear a mask in our gym, and
You don't go to the gym.
but there's like maybe 50% are wearing it. Well, I'd say like 30-some% are wearing it. 30% have it like under their chin because they're like, I'm gonna wear my mask, but then 3 minutes on a treadmill and they're like, no, I'll take coronavirus over the hyperventilation that I have right now. And then there's a bunch of us that just aren't wearing one. Obviously,
I just learned. I saw a video on Facebook about the high school we went to. The basketball season is happening, boys basketball, but they all wear those surgical
While they're
masks
playing
while they're
game.
playing. I was like, part of me inside died a little bit. I don't know. It's just so.
Well, I mean, if you have proper tests, are tests that expensive? Because if you, in my mind, it's like you have
no.
proper testing. Why not just? It makes. I was watching this dude John Boy who does these like videos of, like baseball games, makes baseball interesting. But none of the players are wearing masks, but the coaches are. It's like we're all being. Aren't
That's
you
how
all?
football was the whole time. They were
Right, well,
fining
exactly.
those coaches because he would go to yell a play in, have his mask on like this, and he'd be like, rah, rah, and they were getting fined mass amounts of dollars for that.
Yeah, 100 grand, dude.
That is
But they're
laughable.
all
It is.
tested.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make sense. And like the damage, you think like a fucking 250-pound man running a 4.5 and hitting you in the fucking head is. I mean, dude, these are
is safer than the sniffles for a couple days.
dude. They should, dude.
Yeah,
Like
right.
they're the most like. I'm not. They're like the top 1% you talk about. They're like the top like 1/4% in the planet of people that are in shape. Like a wide receiver in the
physical
NFL
specimens.
is a
Yeah.
physical specimen. Like the best of like athleticism, height, speed,
Dude,
strength.
I always thought the same thing. There's so many sports out there, and like there's other countries or whatever who don't have American football, and they obviously give a shit. Football, you use your foot, and like,
Yeah.
and all people give a shit about that, and it's like
Well, basketball.
football players, American football players are. I might be a little biased, but that's
Basketball though. They're big as
basketball's up there
fuck.
too for sure. But like
As far as
soccer players are not anywhere near don't hit all the boxes like
The
an
way
American
I-
football player.
The way I
does.
measure it
as
is
far as like strength.
we'll put it
Because
this
it's
way.
a sport that doesn't need it. Exactly, though. But a sport that requires all of it. Football players literally have...
Yeah,
okay,
the biggest soccer players are like my height.
Right.
6 foot.
Football is...
Yeah, even like hockey
football,
players
football
aren't
requires you to
ginormous.
check the most boxes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you can be
Brian
the
Cowan said when he met Richie Incognito, and he couldn't, when he shook his hand didn't go around his palm. He just like couldn't even like actually like shake his hand. It just was like,
I believe it. I believe
you're
it.
a huge person.
I've never met Larry Holmes face to face, but he's been in the same building and like the same room as him. And you know, he's like got to be in his 70s now, and he was a heavyweight champ of the world for 10 years, and he's fucking humongous. The guy would still probably beat you up. 40 years old, you don't think? You don't think he's got that left
Wait,
jab?
you think he's 40?
No, I said he's 40 years older than me.
Oh.
But he's got that left jab.
No,
I thought he was
he's
in-
pretty...
I thought he was having
Because he was
problems.
at the Sands Casino for one of the
Right, that
the
was
local
like-
fights that we had, and he was...
That was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I was there. I think I would know if
he
I
was
there.
he was close to almost being like he was being walked out, like how I had to walk like my grandmother
Yeah, he's
out
moving
when the
slow.
driveway's icy.
No.
You know that?
Slow.
But of all the dudes, like he seems to be like the smartest with like his money, and he seems to be like he kind of like rode off into the sunset because no one really knows about him, and it's like,
I think that's because he just ended up where he was born.
but that's smart.
The first ever 30 for 30 film has Larry Holmes Drive in it, right?
I don't think that's the first ever.
It wasn't? What was the
No.
first ever one? I thought it was that one.
No, but that's a good question, but it's definitely not
Remember that guy that both our dads used to know?
Calvin. I don't think my dad knew him. He was a little after my dad's
He was
time.
my uncle.
Because my dad's, yeah, your uncle probably know for sure. Yeah, I think your Uncle Tommy and my old man were definitely hanging around in similar circles for sure, dude. For sure.
I remember, so my one uncle on my mom's side, right? Because they're kind of the same circle, we'll say.
Yeah.
As my dad's brother and that whole group. I still remember the day. They obviously went to school together, but you know that was a pretty big high school. The day I saw those two meet, like my mom's side and my dad's side of like the fighters, and they both from the same high school, maybe different years, whatever. And I remember they're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while." And they shook hands, and he's like, "You were a tough dude back in high school," and like, "Yeah, you were too. I know you won a lot of fights," and it just makes me think like that was like me telling Morgan like, "Yeah, man, I got 10,000 followers on Instagram," but that was their accolade of those years, you know?
Yeah. But it's like, in my mind, I always think it's like two fucking cowboys meeting each other. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised they didn't actually say their street fight record to each other. Like, after you
There's
graduated high school, what'd you end up as? I was 19-1, you know?
As they're
Pretty
still
good.
shaking hands, like they haven't like they keep shaking
Damn,
hands.
I was 15-7. That's
15-7, not that good. I'm 19-1.
Different breed for sure.
Getting real competitive in like fucking pool and shit. You're like, calm down, Dad. You're making everyone uncomfortable. Jeez.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Your dad got kicked out of a football game before or something?
Oh,
telling me
dude.
about that?
I was just thinking about dads fighting in general. My dad got kicked out of a flag football game, but I saw a flag football game. I don't know if you've ever played flag football. They don't even have referees, dude. The coaches are the referees.
Yes.
And we were
Very biased.
And I think it was my brother's game. So my dad was a coach. He coached a lot of our sports and baseball and football. That's really all I ever played, but yeah, for the most part. But then we were playing. I'm pretty sure it was my brother's game. I was on the sidelines, and it was like, you know, some call that a ref missed, aka another coach like on the same team or other team. And he's like, he said the F word. I was so young, I don't remember it, but he must have said like, he's like, you know, like that's a bad fucking call, you know, just threw the F word, and they threw him out of the game. And it's like, holy fuck. Can you imagine
that? Or
No, that was what it was. He was probably, dude, he's a fucking hothead. Is a hothead to
Did
this
the ref
day.
give him did the ref give him a good
you mean
one-liner?
another
like,
coach?
Yeah, how about this
Was it a
call?
coach from the
You're
other
out of here.
team?
Oh yeah.
No,
that's
it
right.
was like, I think it was mix and match. I remember like the coaches would do their flag, dude. They're like, they don't even run the right way. The kids will get the ball and they'll run the same way. They got to turn them around and shit. They don't understand the game. They don't even block.
It's hilarious.
They're like 5 years old.
In flag football, you're allowed to have one coach in the backfield at all times, like on offense and defense.
I don't remember that.
They stand back there.
Did they when we were kids?
I think that's where.
That's
Because they have
I
to huddle,
trust
and
your
the
memory.
coach has to call the play from inside the huddle.
You're probably
You're gonna
Bill.
do this. Stand there. Don't.
right.
Dude, you have like a
Because
limitless fucking brain.
You can't like have like a little 6-year-old over there would take his mouthpiece out and look at a coach like.
Yeah.
He's like
32 dive.
and then the outside linebacker's like, okay, well, if the wide receiver goes in motion, then I'm blitzing C
No
gap.
way, the outside linebacker is looking the other direction, dude. Picking
Oh yeah,
fucking
he's
seeds.
kicking those
Picking
dandelions, dude.
dandelions,
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually
That's probably why I missed that fly ball that you hit back in the day that I missed. Because I was the king of being in the outfield and kicking the dandelions when they
that
when they
double
turned.
I hit off of you.
Oh, I'd pick them. We're talking.
Weren't you, dude? Wait, okay. For the listeners, you were like 14. You weren't picking dandelions. What's your first step in baseball? If you're an outfielder, is always back. Bill broke the cardinal rule. I have amazing power at that time, and I hit it over his fucking head, and I got a double, and that's the end of the story. He always brings this shit up. So, dude, I was actually playing baseball. I think it was the same time when we beat you guys by like 10. You know, it was the same sort of league, and I was playing first base. And all of a sudden, dude, I look over to my left, and there's two dads like fist fighting. I'll tell you guys after this is who it was later. But it was like mind blowing to me, and it was like you ever have moments in your life where it almost like it's corny to say, it's like time stands still. I'm looking around like, is like, am I the only one who's seeing this? Because nobody else was reacting. The game was still happening, and I'm just looking over. I'm like, and you just hear faint like, fucking, fuck, dude. And they pushed each other. It was on a massive hill, and the one dude like pushed each other. It was a new field, so it's like, you know those like baby trees they plant that are eventually gonna be big evergreens. It was like a baby tree, and like he like fell over the tree, and they're rolling around. And it just happened, and all of a sudden, like, the wives, like, stop, stop. And they have, like, those little fucking camping chairs that are, like, all over uneven. They're falling. And then everyone just continued the game, and, like, no one brought it up. I'm on the bench, like.
It's probably for the best.
Right, but it's just, like, crazy.
Pretend it's not happening, and it'll be over soon.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but I don't know. It's just, like, what could they possibly. I think one was fucking the other one's wife, so that's a good reason. It's not like a game.
No, that's a good day and time to fucking sort that out.
I wonder if they met at the baseball game.
That's how I got to chatting.
I mean, I'm sure that happens more
So
than we know.
you're Davey's dad?
Yeah. Yeah, things didn't really work out with me and the missus.
I don't think 45-year-old white women talk like that. Just super California ditzy.
I think they talk now like, that's not my jam. It's just like, shut up.
Yeah,
They talk like they're young. It's like, act your fucking age.
Younger than me, though.
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
women, but these are women.
dress your age and act your age.
These aren't our moms. These are women who are like 45 right now. Like
My mom's
they
like
were
60,
just young enough to like grasp technology, but not enough because their only form of social media is like Facebook, so they're still kind of out of touch.
Right.
Their selfies aren't that good. And then just tons of like old dirty trucker dudes are the ones who fucking like their photos.
Yep. Looking good. Kelly,
Who have like the their profile pictures like a September 11th fucking memorial thing. You know what I mean? Like like the bald eagle and the American flag are like blended together.
And then you
Those
flip,
dudes, right?
You flip behind another, it's like NYPD.
Oh,
you know,
fuck yeah.
Blue
I
Lives
support
Matter.
the volunteer
got
fire
all the
company, Fire Station 34.
all the Duck Dynasty guys, like, never forget. That's the comments.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
It's like, dude, shut up. You're never in the military. What are you talking about? 9/11.
Looks
Get over
fun.
it. Country time. It's been 20 years this year. That's wild. 9/11 was 20 years ago, September.
I wonder if they'll do anything fun for it.
Huh?
20th anniversary.
They'll probably fucking write a nice news article about Osama Bin Laden. Dude, I'm telling you, they have fucking articles about fucking. He brought us all together and shit. It's fucking crazy, dude. We live in fucking bizarro world. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's like, dude, what's crazy is the New York Times article. If you look it up, look up New York Times article, Holy Warrior Osama Bin Laden. There's a picture of smiling, looking like a god, like Jesus Christ walking out of the fucking tomb. When he was fighting, when the Mujahideen, aka the Taliban, were fighting the Russians, they wrote a nice article in the 80s, or it might have been even the 90s, supporting him. He'd been to fucking Disney World. Dude, the tallest fucking tower on the planet Earth is built by a Bin Laden. Look that up. I swear.
Because to keep going with this, I
The
saw
Bin
a
Laden
picture of
family,
him,
dude.
the Bin Laden family, in I think
Wealthy Saudis.
They were
All Saudis.
they were in France on vacation, and like Osama Bin Laden's a totally
Disney
normal
World.
looking dude.
And 54 kids.
They're happy. Yeah, they're happy as can be. Just like,
Dude,
and
well,
then
they
there's a
have, like,
circle around it, and everyone's like, it's like this
He
is
had
Osama Bin Laden in this picture.
wives. Yeah.
That's actually
Totally
wild.
normal.
It's
Totally
like, dude, he's
normal.
dressed like
70s kid.
you know how like the Jackson 5 used to dress? That's how they're dressed. Look it up.
Imagine that, but beardless.
Jeddah Tower. There you go, people. Look,
The creator and leader of the project is Saudi Arabian Prince Al Walid bin Talal. I don't know why I tried to say that. A grandson of, a nephew of, where's the Osama?
just go to Wikipedia.
Where's the Bin Laden part?
Saudi Bin
Chairman of
Laden.
the Saudi Bin Laden group?
Yeah, it's a fucking shell company. What do you think they're gonna have it be like? Hey, we kill fucking Americans. We support Wahhabism.
It's a strong stance.
Oh, look at that. Saudi Bin Laden was
Saudi-
owned by the family
Saudi
of the.
Bin Laden group is owned by the family of the late Al Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden.
Hey, guess what, people? Why don't you start asking questions? Because Osama Bin Laden's been dead for 10 fucking years. Why are we still there? Why are we in Afghanistan? I don't know why.
We're gonna leave.
Guess what? They got a lot of fucking. You like batteries? A lot of lithium in them fucking hills. Tell you that, boy.
It's not a are we
Sorry,
conspiracy?
I
Is that what
bring
we
it
are
up.
now?
That's not, I'm the one who gets crazy. I think I've done that the past 3 episodes.
A couple times. I'm gonna put a shock collar on you and just zap the shit out of you.
Dude, I'm sitting at home in my little fucking office. The size, it's actually smaller than this room.
Can you say that in the mic again?
What did I say?
That your office is
they-
smaller than mine.
It's smaller than Bill's, but it's nicer
Cut
looking.
Cut that. Just that part.
We need dude, we need those like the buttons you can press at the fucking I don't know the word for it. Like the
Just quick clips.
yes, I don't know why I can't think of it. You guys aren't helping me out at all. You're just staring at me.
Like
sound
quick
bites?
Yeah,
sound
sound
bites.
bites. Jeez.
Damn, that was a waste.
It was a waste of a good mic right there.
Looks like you almost had an accident.
I hope you get pink mouth.
From your own fart. You can't get a fucking pink eye from your own.
What do you think of this?
That's your problem.
Christmas
Dude,
socks.
this is like your thing now. You act like I have so many. I feel like you're like I'm like the fucking guy who
No,
wears the
bro,
dress
they're just on
socks.
top. They're just whatever's on top.
I wear dress socks all the time now.
All the time.
'Cause
Why
I don't
save
have
them
enough.
for when you're wearing them, what, 3 times a year? I have a lot more dress socks than that.
I used to wear them all the time for work, but that's a good point. I just wear black socks, but I have a shit ton of dress socks I used to wear for work.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start doing it too.
Yeah.
I haven't worn any out yet.
That's the problem with the cold.
I wear normal socks. I won't wear dress socks snowboarding.
Yeah, I would not wear dress socks.
I just wear normal socks though. You wear like heavy socks snowboarding?
Not anymore.
Yeah, no.
Watch all the survival shows, dude. They're always like taking clothes off. Like sweating is like a major deal.
That was
in the
my
snow.
pap's advice, and if there's anything anybody can learn from this podcast episode, it's you can take clothes off, but if you don't bring it with you, you can't take it on. You can't put it on.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say marry within your race.
That he might have said something like that once or twice.
Oh. Yeah, I mean it's old, dude. That's just crazy. I feel like it's so in vogue. Is all this cancel culture bullshit? It's like naming your kid ISIS. You know, that's a nice name. Before that, now it's like
Bob Dylan has a song called ISIS.
Well, then weren't they called Daesh for a little bit too? What happened with ISIS? They're gone.
I think they're Al Qaeda again.
No, they're coming back.
No,
they're coming back.
I think
Yeah, they're
back
coming
to
back
Good.
because we got to ramp up the war machine a little bit now.
I think
We're
they're
talking
Al
about
Qaeda.
bombing Syria, baby. Back to business as usual.
Because ISIS is there, right?
You know what's great though? Honestly, the thing with Biden is like, I gotta be honest, like all the fucking D-bags on social media have really ramped it down. I mean, they're like, oh wait, I thought this was gonna be good.
No, they don't say that. They don't post anything.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They
That's
don't
why
post anything about politics.
No, it's
anymore.
exactly my
It's
point.
just
Like they're quiet.
Working from home.
I was like-
Oh, fucking cool, man.
Is life so much different now?
Yeah.
Is it so much better?
I know it comes from
It's
a good
either
place.
that.
That's the problem that sucks.
Their signing off was them.
Sometimes.
Was them. How about this? That went around for a while. The selfie with the mask on with the card. I got vaccinated. It's like, oh Jesus Christ. When's the last time you took a selfie with your doctor's note?
But other than a flu shot, like what other vaccination do you need to take more than once? I'm asking as a serious question. We're taking callers because I honestly don't know. You take a fucking polio shot, smallpox, you take that one fucking time. Mm-hmm. Is there a difference? Is it a virus or is it an infection? It's a virus, no? Can you look up if polio is a virus? I don't know.
I think polio is a virus. Yeah.
Because of influenza, which I actually just learned was the flu not that long ago.
We'll cut that out.
No, you can tell people.
Polio virus.
It's infectious disease.
Wow.
But then put the second tab
Caused
and look
by
up
the
the flu.
What caused by the polio virus?
Oh, okay.
Is that what they
So
just
it's a
said?
virus.
That's weird though.
But why the fuck do I need to take a flu
Very
shot every
confusing way
year?
to
Why the fuck do I need to
word
take
that?
viral infection? Influenza.
No me gusta.
Mi necesito
Mi necesito
Quill.
agua.
agua y resta.
Mi cabeza es muy caliente.
Oh, look at you. You know more than I thought.
I don't know where that came
Estudiar en la biblioteca.
from. Trabajar.
Me gusta nadar en la
basura.
piscina.
Yeah, that's
I
why
work
I
with the garbage.
like to swim in a pool.
Me gusta la discoteca.
What's discoteca?
Nightclub.
Disco, okay.
I like nightclub.
I like the nightclub.
Can you survive influenza? Not if it's relabeled.
There's some really crazy diseases, dude. Like, there's like, people have been telling me, like, you know, you hear about shit online, like, oh yeah, my fucking brother got fucking, you know, James Hetfield disease. You're like, what is that? And it's like this made up disease. Like, there's like 1 in 100 people have ever had it. And you know, when you get that news, you're like, fuck. Like, I'm done, or they're gonna
One
make
doctor in this
Hey,
fucking seaboard that'll fucking help me out.
Congrats, man. They're gonna name a disease after you.
So how does that happen? Like, for you to get a disease named after you, does a doctor have to come in like after doing tons of tests and just be like,
There's nothing like
dude, I don't fucking know, man. This
I am
dude,
shocked, dude.
bro.
I'm out of
I don't
ideas.
know. It's like you had a fever and then you lost your leg, but then it like grew back and then your hair was there and you had alopecia and it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Oh,
What do you want to call it? That's all I
What do
can
you,
ask you.
what's your name? What's your name?
Yeah,
That's what we're gonna call it.
that's all we can really go from here is name it, and then I'll call some people.
Yeah, I mean, there's shit like that. Like 1 in 100 people have it. I watched some show, dude.
Let's
This dude.
look up the most rare disease on the planet.
Oh well, there's on Snapchat. I always get the thing for it's called Born Different.
Oh,
And I'm just like,
I
that a
report,
disease
dude. I
or are they just
reported
like-
one this morning. I reported one. I was like born different. It was like some bullshit, and I reported it, and they said why. And I just wrote, "Come on." Swear to God.
Wait, what was it though?
Dude,
What
it
was
was like
it?
this fucking dude with like a fucking nose ring in talking about, you know, like that thing now it's like the super straight people. It's
That's
like
why I don't watch.
it's like this
this.
new
I heard
group.
about that.
I mean, like I think it's stupid, but then he's like, it's like this group where it's like I'm super straight, so I only identify as women, so I can't be a sexist if I only want to have sex with straight women.
Dude, honestly,
Because, and the guy was like, well, they acts like it's not a big deal to say that trans women aren't real women. I'm like, no, I'm not.
this is a disease thing.
And that's why I said, I just reported him. I said, bad content. I said hate speech. And they said, why? Come on. We reported him.
Well, because usually Born Different has like a person who like it'll be like 95% of my body is covered with hairy moles. Like we're the
Right,
that's
okay.
not a
Oh,
joke.
that's
like,
crazy.
It's actually it really is like
Isn't
that.
it sad that
and
that's
then it's
what they
like
put on fucking Snapchat? People will click this.
Or
This is heinous.
Or you know what else I get? It'll be like, it's like the McLovin guy, whatever that actor's
Yeah,
name.
he was just
It'll
on
be like,
something.
he was Hollywood's biggest star. Then they shut him down.
Where is
Learn
he now?
why. And I'm like, somehow it's like they know what they're doing.
Some
Your
people
brain
will
clicks
send
it.
me, like news from Snapchat, and I will not look at it. Like that's a joke.
Look, I agree that if you, it's such a crazy subject, like transsexuals, but like, all right, a transsexual can't have a child, right? So let's say I meet a transsexual woman in New York City, I fall in love with her.
If it was born a female,
Was born a man, became a woman,
was born a
right?
female, and
But they're saying you don't have to tell anybody that you don't have to express that. But it's like, well, okay, well, what happens if you have? That's totally different. Like, if like, a transsexual woman cannot have a child, right? So if you have a certain part of a
what's a
relationship,
transsexual woman? Someone who identifies as a woman, or someone who was born as a
I
woman?
think that your fucking plumbing needs to be rearranged. My mind, right? Like, I mean, actually no. I
But
guess
could-
you're right,
You could be a
dude.
transsexual man and give birth if you were born a female.
just pushing a baby out of your new dick hole.
No, I'm saying
No,
you don't
you
have to
can't.
get
He's just saying
to be
like,
a transsexual.
like your sister
Pretty
say
sure.
she's a transsexual man and just stay exactly the same and have a kid, but she had sex, she gave birth, but she's
Boy,
a dude.
Still a guy though. You
But
can't
here's the
tell me
thing.
a
Here's the thing.
girl.
We're not. Most people, I think, are accepting for the most part, but just it takes a little bit of time. Like, let's pump the brakes here. Like, people can't even handle cell phones for Christ's sake. This is all happening so fucking quickly. It's like I'm not a bigot. Everyone's so afraid to fucking say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And like, look, I've also dealt with older white dudes in corporate America, and they say shit that I'm like, ooh, like you shouldn't say that.
You know what's crazy is that I had a conference call like 2 days ago, and I'm gonna cut this out because this makes me sound like a douche. I was talking whatever, and it went well. And then another guy who was on my team, he's like a manager, but like I work with him a lot. He goes,
Some
"Yeah,
nice
Bill's like
tits
that."
on her.
Never met this guy before. He goes, "Bill's that guy who would have stole my girlfriend in high school." And in my head, I wanted to be like, "What if I was like, excuse me, maybe I would stole your boyfriend in high school?" Like, dude, I was like, in my head, I was
Hey, you
like,
probably
bro,
could've got
my generation would fucking smoke you if it wasn't. You're lucky that I am mentally a 50-year-old white guy, but
Yeah, it's very true.
You have to be very like straight.
dude, I was like, you could have gotten so much trouble for that.
Well,
It's
I'll
a
give you
crazy
one.
thing.
I'll give you one better. I had a guy tell me he was like talking about an African American colleague, and he said, no matter how educated they are, they just can't help saying axed. I swear to God, he's like, instead of saying, "Let me ask you a question," like they just can't help
I
saying
get it.
axed.
Oh, bro.
I know, but something's
So there's-
wrong, dude.
so
Explain it for the listeners.
I'll cut.
And I'm like
I
looking at him
can't
like,
believe they said that in a workspace.
well, I mean, it's like he's talking like it's
Sure.
really just like locker room conversation, if you will. That's toxic. All right, you're right, but it is what it is. This is how
being
these
in,
old.
hate has no
being
home
in-
here.
being in sales like we are, it's still very
It's a boys' club.
and
But dude, here's the thing: is that I remember kids come back to our high school when we were like 17, and they're like, they're like sophomores in college, they're trying to give advice, and really what you need to do is be like, hey, all you kids who are getting A's, you can just not pay attention because you're gonna be fine. But it's like, here's the truth, dude. It's like when you graduate, like a lot, like jocks are still there, nerds are still there, like they don't go away. Like in my mind, I always felt like when you hit these milestones of like you graduate high school, it's like you become this different person. It's like it doesn't happen right away. It's like gradual. You could tell the difference at my building, like who was what job. I guarantee it because you can see like these people. Like, most of these like
you can tell
jocks-
who's marketing and you can tell who's
right
sales.
accounting. Fucking nerds are down there.
You can tell who's
I'm not
engineering.
saying they're not bad people, and there's some cool motherfuckers, but there's also a lot of d-bags in sales too. They get in for the wrong reasons, and I can't stand them. But most of them are pretty cool.
Yes, yeah, there is.
If you just like people who are fun, But
More outgoing for sure. Because I've been to like engineering conventions and I've been to sales conventions.
dude, I went to a credit.
Polar opposites.
I went to a credit organization. Imagine the fucking dryness in that fucking room. Oh my god. People were talking about business credit, and well, I think you could set credit limits based on that 30 terms, but when you want reduced terms based upon the bad debt reserve. This is the conversations they're having. They're having conferences about it.
I believe it. Oh, I believe it.
And then afterwards, dude, it was crazy. Again, another misconception I had growing up, because my dad was a blue collar guy. All our dads are. And it's like you go there and you think, I always thought these like corporate jobs are like total nerd fest the whole way. But it's like sometimes they are, but it's like, dude, after these nerd conventions, these people go out and fucking party, dude. Because like they're away from their fucking significant others, they're away from their kids, so they just get fucking down, dude.
Wait, what's a nerd convention? Like a sales convention?
This was called, it was a credit conference.
Those people partied.
All of them did.
But see, I've been to engineering conventions, and they don't party afterwards.
Really?
Now they
go back and design software.
No, they're more of like
Working on an app.
Where was it at though? Was it in this big city?
Yeah.
Oh. I
we were
have
in
no point.
Dallas Fort Worth,
I was in Phoenix.
and
What a shitty town.
still, well, those credit people are considered sales, right?
No. They're people that run credit organizations. Oh, does Connor organization deserve
Well,
credit?
all I know is that every time I've been to the engineering things, that they're more of like, I'll have 2 microbrews, and we're gonna just put our hand in our pockets and just like talk and like
How about
they'll stay up, but it's just gonna be because the whole point of staying up is because we want to just drink, cool beers all night. But then I go to a sales kickoff, and we have like a big ballroom thing for the dinner to meet up, and all of a sudden there's a commotion because somebody was so wasted that they fell off the back of their chair, and the fucking stretcher had to come in and like,
oh, they couldn't get up.
That's embarrassing.
Why?
because he was
Fat or old?
super dehydrated from partying the night before, and then coming in and probably
Fell
still partying
off
that
his
night.
chair and was like, "This is it for me." Actually,
You
you guys are gonna have to call somebody to move me.
My neck's fucked up.
This catered turkey is good. I don't feel so good. Off the back of his chair. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
different. It's different. It's
I wonder what
and the engineering conventions, like they'll have one of those seminars will start at 7 a.m. and nobody's missing. Sales ones is people start dwindling or not making it to ones and stuff. It's different.
It picks it up. Here, let me lower it. Fucking my hands are all sweating because this goddamn room's so
You're
hot.
embarrassing me.
What are you doing? I don't think
I'm trying
it
to
needs
open
be.
it,
It's
dude.
gotta be the wrong one here.
I think so. Wait,
Really
let's tighten
fucking
it.
shouldn't be that.
There we go. Let's go.
Wow.
Well, my hands were all sweaty
You're
at
just
first.
super strong.
Dude, it's
Really
incredible.
rip the shit out
It's
of that.
incredible how
I
strong
was
I
waiting for
am.
it to just
It was like picking
like,
up
well,
Thor's
now you're
hammer.
holding yours because you snapped them
Excalibur microphone.
up. I have the power.
What's so special about that sword anyway?
Excalibur.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the answer to that.
Chosen one.
It was with
Movie.
Sean Connery. And it was what was it called?
Smacker Woman.
Excalibur.
Camelot.
I don't think I ever saw Camelot.
I don't think I ever saw, not all the way through.
Watched Last Samurai. That was a great one.
That is a great movie.
Well, The Last Samurai was a great movie, but ever since we're getting older and learning more about Tom Cruise, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny now.
I like him
It's
more
funny
now.
now because
Way
it's
back
Tom
then.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Dude, that could be a whole fucking
And Paul
bit
Mooney
right
kind
there.
of ruined it for me too.
Yeah.
When he said,
Say what he said.
yeah, I don't think so. Should I not? I don't know. It's on Netflix again.
Yeah.
I forget it anyway, but yeah. Chappelle Show. What's great about it now is that it's new on Netflix, and it is the most offensive shit you've ever heard in your life. And that comes
So
out on the
funny,
same
dude.
day they canceled Pepe Le Pew. So it's
But he had a bit about that too.
Hmm?
Chappelle had on Killing Him Softly, like before Chappelle's show. He had a bit about fucking Pepe Le Pew.
before he
Yeah.
made Chappelle Show.
Yes. It was he had a stand-up special
Oh.
called Killing Him Softly. He's like, motherfucker's fucking racist. He's a racist. He's a fucking rapist.
Wow.
You look it up.
That comes
Pepe
full
Le
circle.
Pew. Dude, he's like way ahead of his time. He's making R. Kelly videos about peeing on people 10 years before fucking R. Kelly was coming out.
Hannibal Buress said Bill Cosby was a rapist way before it happened.
He made it happen, they say.
I never listened to Bill Cosby. Like I never got his appeal. Like I was too young. Like I think it was my parents didn't listen to him. I don't think
I never
much either.
listened to Eddie Murphy's stand-up either. I just watched his movies.
Dude, he's gonna get canceled next. Put it in the fucking book if you're listening. Because if you ever seen Raw, I mean, dude, he says some crazy shit, especially about gay people. The pejorative term for homosexuals is flying. It's really bad. Rhymes with maggot. It's like every other word, dude. He's wearing a full red jumpsuit.
I do know that he's wearing a full red jumpsuit.
It's crazy, dude. Because that dude was like, especially like in the, I don't know.
Maggot?
Yeah, I mean, holy shit. Gay people used to not be able to get married like 10 years ago. You had to go up to Vermont. And then you come back like, this doesn't count here. The fuck
What was the
out.
first date? Do it.
My vote is Vermont. Look
know.
it up. What's your guess? It's got to be some progressive states where they make fucking cheese and ice
small
cream,
one, too.
dude.
Now you fucked with my brain. I'm going to say like Connecticut, Massachusetts.
Oh, you could have guessed.
That's actually weird being that Boston is there.
Fully Democrat state. Always vote blue. Massachusetts. And I work with, you know what's crazy about people from Boston? They
What's going on with these fucking queers hanging around?
You know what they
Yeah,
say?
that's what I
How's
mean.
going
They're
on?
Dude, they
usually
throw an
not very
R on
accepting.
words that don't have an R. They'll say, like, how do you say IDEA? Idea. They say idea.
Yeah.
What? There's no fucking R in that word. Idea. Are you looking at something else? History of gay marriage.
History of gay fucking marriages.
God
Happened
bless
fucking
them,
Boston
dude.
first.
History of same-sex marriage.
I mean, there's cultures where they fuck kids and shit. Afghani culture. I mean, that's coming soon. What do you think? Let me see the state with let's look up the marriage laws per state. I bet you can fuck a 14-year-old in Alabama still legally. Go ahead. I bet you it's younger than you think. I think the state of Pennsylvania is like age of consent's like 16, dude. 16. Oh, minimum age. What does that mean? Minimum age of a victim? Just look up the whole one.
What does that even,
Look up.
what does minimum age of victim mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that means. Oh man, you're on a list for this looking up. Minimum age of the victim.
This is age of consent, minimum age of victim, and then
sort it by
age differential between the victim and defendant. So you can only 18 can
so
fuck
Colorado.
Oh, so if you rape a 12-year-old, you're not a child rapist? Is that
Let's
what
play.
that's
Let's
saying?
play a game. I'm gonna scroll down to Pennsylvania. We're gonna play a game called Am I Good?
16,
4
13.
years.
Oh wow! So if you're 17, you can bang a 13-year-old. That's fucked. Oh, that's
I
gross.
might
I'm
be good.
embarrassed, dude. Come on, Governor Wolf, do the right thing. Raise that
That
shit.
is-
Whoa, South Dakota's 10.
No. It's these ones. You're right. Utah is.
No,
Utah's
no,
10.
South Dakota. That's a minimum age. Is
No,
10.
no. That's the victim.
What's that mean, though?
This is the one you're looking for here. Age differential. That means the difference in age
Yeah,
between.
but what's minimum age of victim mean?
Minimum age of victim is this age below which an individual cannot consent to sexual intercourse. Okay, so what that means is that minimum age of victim means that if there's a 2-year differential and the minimum age of victim is 14,
So if you're
right?
15, you cannot fuck a 13-year-old.
correct, because if they're any age lower than that benchmark, it doesn't matter if you're 6 months older than them or something like that. It's
Can't have sex.
you can't fuck them. Yeah,
Okay.
So they're 10. So
it doesn't count anymore.
wait, in South Dakota.
Right. So a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old can't bang a 9-year-old because it's like
So in South
no,
Dakota,
you're below.
You could be 20.
Don't you know the laws, young man?
So in South Dakota, you'd be 22 and have sex with a 12-year-old?
no, that was age of victim. Go back to South Dakota.
But you're correct about that one with fucking Utah.
Fucking Mormons.
in Utah, you can be,
10
you can be
10
26 and fuck a 16-year-old.
Yes.
That's some Mormon laws,
Wait,
dude.
that's
What
the drop off actually because the minimum age of victim is 16.
Right.
So you could be 26 and have sex with a...
16-year-old. So 4 years ago, I could have had sex with a sophomore in high school,
That's not right.
junior house.
That's.
Ugh.
I think that's not legal, but I
No,
think
that's legal.
I
It's
think
not
that
ethical.
you won't. I think you won't get tried as a child offender. I think that you're.
this is legal. This is legal.
what?
And anything less than that
No
is statutory
way.
rape. Obviously, if there's no consent, that doesn't count. This is all off. That's just rape. It doesn't count anyway.
So, dude, a 26-year-old and a 16-year-old are dating in
It's
Utah,
Mormons, dude.
and everyone in the town is cool with that. And then when they break up, and then somebody tries to claim statutory rape, they got nothing. I know you don't know. I'm not asking you to give me the answers, but if that's what it is,
Well, they would still take the case for sure
Okay.
because they would have to make sure that there's consent. But if proof happens that there's consent there, then that guy's free to walk probably.
What was that?
What's really funny is that some of these that's concerning is some of these have
NA?
NA for that.
What does that mean?
Not applicable.
Dude, like, it is West Virginia, bro. I mean, come on. Oh wait, it's for Virginia and Vermont are just not.
What states can you have sex with animals in? I guarantee you there's a state where you can fuck an animal without. Bestiality.
Are the police going to show up at my house? I'm going with this right now. We're going to take a dog.
Yeah, dog. First, he's looking at how old he can. What's the youngest chick you can bang? The youngest person you can bang, and also what kind of animals you can bang. You're gonna have crazy shit going on at this house. DC, Hawaii, Kentucky,
Remains
Nevada,
New Mexico, Texas, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wyoming, with bills still pending in New Hampshire and Ohio.
So bestiality is
What the
legal
fuck
in,
did this, yo,
in those
Washington,
states.
D.C., you guys can get fucked. You're still allowed to fuck a dog there. That's fucking crazy. That's where they make
I'm sure Hillary
legislation.
Clinton got laid in the White House a couple times, so.
That's where they make laws.
Whoa. That's weird. I bet you there's Amish people that fuck animals. Any culture has repressed.
That's right, where sheep, my dad always said it was like an old Irish saying. And he would go, yep, that back in the day when sheep were sheep and, no, when men were men and sheep were nervous. That's what he used to say to me. I was just like, back in the day.
I mean,
And then I didn't get it, and he had to explain to me that a sheep's.
Yeah, and guys just
thing.
walking around with a hard prick and they want to fucking
That's
shoot.
what they say. The mermaid came from.
Dugong.
A dugong
Yeah.
has a very
It's a similar
human female vagina.
mermaids, because they would float. They would call them sea cows, and they would just catch them and then fuck them like gangbang style, and then they would just fucking cook them up and eat them. I don't know if you can eat those. Can you eat like a fucking manatee?
I think you could eat anything, really.
Well, can you imagine being the last guy that has to? Because you know those guys didn't pull out. Those old sailors.
Why would you? You're not gonna.
Well, if you're the first one,
You're not gonna be worried about child support at that point.
I don't know if I'd want to be the first one. I'd be like, who the fuck knows what's in there?
First, you want to be the last one, dude, or second?
At
First,
least I would know that somebody lost their dick coming out of there.
the second thing is like
not first
Dude,
one
if you're on
ever.
a fucking ship where people are like, yeah, we're all gonna fuck this dugong, I don't think everybody's already got like fucking skin diseases and shit.
Yeah, but you're out on the sea. Think about it. They're navigating by the fucking sun or the stars, and like imagine with David, it's not windy. Like, guess we're just staying still. I guess we're just losing time. You know, he's out in the middle of the ocean, don't know anywhere, eating this salted meat. You catch a fucking dugong, and that's the last.
you gotta get your nut off.
That's the last woman you'll ever get.
Jesus.
Government.
Actually made me jump.
But the weird thing is like fish fucking stink. Like a dugong's got to smell bad too.
It's not a fish. It's a
Dugongs
mammal.
are mammals?
It doesn't matter if
They're
you're
saltwater
in,
mammals,
Yeah, but
I
if
think.
you're in water
The
for that
manatees
long,
and freshwater.
you get gross.
But saltwater
Yeah, but they
cleans
just, like-
everything.
You think
No way,
manatees are in
they
the
gotta
middle of
stink.
oceans? They don't like stick to
Not a dugong. They're different.
I mean, like,
It's like a saltwater
you
crocodile
find
and
that
an alligator.
in the middle of the ocean, though? I don't.
This is a good transition off of bestiality. About necrophilia, huh? That's a good question. Would you rather fuck a live animal or a dead person?
How long have they been dead for?
Christ. It's a great question.
Okay. All right. Let's make it interesting because animal's probably going to be, it's going to be warm. Gross. But say it's dead for 24 hours.
The person's been dead for 24 hours, or a live animal.
No, the animal's alive and kicking. It's tied up. And then the person's dead.
So if it's tied up, it's a bigger animal. Then it's a
I
man.
mean, what are you going to fuck?
I feel like
Tell me,
it's-
you tell me. Don't.
I think it
I
has
mean,
to
let's
be
just-
more.
let's just-
Don't get me to agree and be like, I was just kidding. It was an alligator.
All right.
Like,
No.
who am I- what am I
Obviously,
banging?
for the sake of this argument. All right, let's just say
fucking anaconda.
Let's say it's a
Fight.
pig. Let's say it's a pig.
Pig. You
You don't like a pig? All right, what a sheep? I mean,
have
if
to
some
fuck the
farm
animal.
animal, any farm
Yeah,
animal
something
you
with
want.
like soft hair.
You have
and
to
like,
fuck
Alright.
the animal. You cannot fuck a dead person. That's like more.
Well, hang on.
Like,
It's morally wrong.
They're
to-
both morally wrong, but hang on.
sure,
The dead
but,
person
Like
is
if I
dead,
see,
though,
like
dude.
if there's like a girl who's like, 5'4", 115, and she just died, and it's not too bloody.
Yeah, but he already laid it out. He said 24 hours. Because I was gonna say, if you woke up and there was a girl next to you and she was dead, you didn't know it till after you finished.
Right.
And
you're
right.
like,
I feel like
Hey,
it's like,
she died in her sleep.
does anybody
And you
know I
fucked
was
her? I
here?
didn't know.
I guess if there is a God and you go up to meet St. Paul, whatever, and he's like, oh, "What'd you do?" It's like, I think you're probably better off fucking an animal than a person.
That's what I'm saying.
A dead
yeah,
person.
because maybe
Yeah.
he's cool, and he's like, bro, dude, you're nasty.
Dude, fuck that pig.
I've been waiting for you to get here. You're fucking gross, dude. You're
You
squealing
should
and
have fucked
shit.
that dead girl. That's fucking crazy.
Dude. Yeah, because you blanketed it and you said you can't fuck dead people at all. But I'm telling you, you can.
Jesus. Yeah.
What about like Kill Bill style? You know, like where she's like in a coma.
Yeah, all right.
Remember he's
So,
like,
here, so let's
my
get
name's Bill. And my
Let's,
name's Buck, and I like to fuck. His back of his truck said "pussy wagon." You ever seen Kill Bill?
Dead or Alive.
I don't remember that scene.
So let me ask you then, under what circumstances would you pick the dead person over the pig? Angelina Jolie just died
Are we still saying 24 hours? Or were we
30
short?
seconds ago.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! I mean, what would be the difference? Really?
So okay then.
I don't know.
Okay,
though.
then.
It's a crazy question. I mean,
Angelina Jolie really showing
she-
your age, dude.
She's just walking by.
she's not that
trying
good
to fuck
looking.
a 50-year-old.
She's walking by. She's looking great, and she's like, "Oh," and she boom, just passed out, and right next to her, just
And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna rape this dead body.
just and but
Or
there's
you're
just a
raping
Oh wait,
muddy
this
pig
isn't
next
like
to you.
this isn't like a gun to my head situation. This is me walking down the
Fuck
street.
yeah, it's a gun to your head.
Angelina Jolie drops dead, and a pig passes me by, and I'm like, wow, I'm gonna fuck one of these things.
No, Bill. This is a gun to your head.
Okay,
This isn't like
thank
a.
God for
we're not,
that.
I mean, I'm not having fun with this. You know,
No,
it's just
yeah.
it's a
I thought that's what-
hypothetical.
I thought that's what he was saying.
No.
Which one would you pick?
I
You know,
mean,
you had to-
I'll be honest.
You
How many?
have
This is
to.
our 8th episode. I've never seen him so excited about fucking a dead person though.
I already picked animal. Why are you trying to make me change?
I'm
my
just
mind?
thinking they're probably 98 degrees internally.
Oh, I mean, they're
it's like
just-
a rock.
Oh, that is gnarly, dude. Thank you, dude. It's a fucking Mel Gibson movie. They finally. Okay, explain this to me. Cancel culture. They canceled Mel Gibson 10 years ago. Now he's back. I watched the movie Fat Man, where it's like a. It's a.
Oh, I was about to watch that.
Dude,
it's a
great
comedy.
movie, dude.
Really?
With your boy, fucking
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
I was about
dude.
to watch that.
So
but I was
funny.
Like, there's no way this is a good movie.
Dude, it was funny. It was. I mean, take it for what it is. It's a fucking like Mel Gibson's fucking Santa Claus.
But
and he's doing,
they're
like, government-
badass, like,
Dude, he's doing like I don't want to spoil it, but like it's funny because like
I'm not worried about it.
they don't believe in Christmas spirit, so he takes on like government contracts and shit. And then like this one kid who's rich gives him coal and he hires a hitman to kill fucking Santa Claus. It's a cool concept. It's called Fat Man. But anyway, he was canceled because he called some fucking lady sugar tits, and then he called his wife and said that he hoped his wife got raped by a bunch of black guys when they were getting divorced and shit. And she played the recordings because she was taking him for like $50 million. And he was
That might make
shot.
me fly off the handle too, though.
You think? He also hates
That's
to
actually
fly-
pretty mild now.
He's anti-Semitic. Yeah.
How
supposedly
much money does Jeff Bezos' ex-wife have?
$53 billion.
That's funny.
I just saw that. The only reason I know that off the top of my head is because I saw an Instagram post that said she married a school teacher. It was like Barstool Sports. What a fucking jackpot
Good
that guy
for
got.
That guy.
I know, right?
So you really
I
care about
think-
your kids? No.
I think I'm gonna keep teaching.
Oh no. What was I now? I remember seeing that. It was like summers off. 53 billion. Sounds great.
Yeah, really, dude. It's like, do they have that? Was that the? Yeah, was it Super Straight, dude? I can't believe that's like a group now. Like this fucking world has gone insane, dude.
Technically, the three of us are super straight, right?
I don't
Technically,
know. I could have sex. I could have had sex with a
Was
transsexual.
it you that
I
was
don't
trying
know.
to say that? No, who was trying to tell you that nobody's 100% anything? So everybody's a little bit.
Vicky was remember, and she was
Okay, then it was.
she was
somebody
convincing
telling her
me-
that.
because she was saying nobody's 100% straight or gay. So you're like, you might be a little bit gay. I think it was at your house. I was like, I guess I'm fucking gay, dude.
But that contradicts people who argue that just because they've had a gay experience doesn't make them gay. She would argue that that makes you not fully straight.
But
That-
does a girl who
I don't remember
who
who
makes
that
out? Let's say a girl eats a girl out in college. One
Dude,
time.
you went from make out to
Well,
that.
because you're
I
all
want you to kiss me
You
here.
rammed it out.
no, because you're both gonna agree that you're gonna agree with me. So I want to get your opinion a little deeper.
Making
The
out with a girl is not gay, but eating a girl out is pretty gay.
but if you've had sex,
but if me and you made out, is that gay?
Yeah.
but
So-
yeah, but 99.9% of your lives you've been straight, so your majority's straight.
Maybe I'll try the second half gay.
I mean, people do it, dude. People have like married and have kids, and they're like, "I'm gay, dude.
Well,
Gay. I want to
so,
wear pink, man."
I think this is more of a woman thing, but I think there's a handful of lesbians, probably more than a handful. I'd say, a big percentage of
Handful
lesbians.
That should be the title of this episode.
It's a band name right there. There's a certain percentage of lesbians out there who are more of like I'm only this way, not because like I'm physically attracted to women more, but like I've had bad experiences with men. Like I've had a terrible track record with them.
Oh yeah.
Confused.
Well, it's weird, like how the brain works, right? Like it's like the same thing we were talking about Catholic priests, like the first episode or two. Like, let's say you're a straight kid, but while like your sexuality is developing as you're growing, right? So you get molested as a kid, you could have every intention, if you were not Catholic, to be straight, and you get molested, diddled by a fucking priest, and you become gay. I mean, that just fucks your brain up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like the first girl even you have sex with sometimes can shape what you're into for women. I know it did for me. You know what I mean?
30 Seconds of Missionary.
No, the look. The look.
Oh, my bad, dude.
The look.
My bad, dude.
Yeah, the look. I mean, come on.
30 seconds of guy on top.
That's what your experience was?
I was scared. I was not trying to fuck up my first time. I did just.
No,
I
no,
did.
I'm saying 30 seconds
I did
of guy
me.
on top.
I was so focused that I couldn't
gay.
even like feel anything because I was so like
I
I don't want to be that guy.
You did either?
I was so worried about busting in like 10 seconds.
I didn't finish either.
I didn't finish either.
I was more concerned about just getting it over with.
interesting,
I wasn't even concerned about the pleasure aspect. I was like, I just don't want to be a virgin
I didn't
anymore.
know the body positions. I was like, I can't like really make the angles right.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know like put her legs up. So she's laying like she's in a coffin, and I'm just trying to like squeeze in there.
You're trying to put your wing dog.
Like this isn't really working.
Ugh.
Yep, she went home, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was so
What?
focused.
I was fucking so excited. I was like, once it was in, I was like, I'm not a virgin.
I was so focused on making sure that it wasn't an embarrassing story that the whole school would find out. That was the only goal of all of it.
Dude, it's so funny because I was seriously I remember the reason why because I was just content. I was like still young. I was like 15 or 16. I was 16 when I lost my virginity, but it was like, I think of all of us hung out, it was like, say there was, what, 8 of us, say 10 of us maybe. And I remember that it was starting to be like the numbers were starting to dwindle. And I just remember thinking like, I don't want to be the last virgin. And I think it was you that spot because it was like, there was probably 3 you guys or maybe 4. So I was like, I'm still in the middle. No big deal. And then all of a sudden it was like Bill had sex or somebody else did. And I'm like,
all
right, well,
grade 2.
let's do it.
I was only 15.
yeah. Yeah. Fucking a young girl.
Wait, what? You were 15?
I was 15.
I was 16.
I was 16 too. That's a good age.
I mean, I was it was within months of you guys, but I was
Even now, that seems so
than you
young,
guys.
dude. Like I remember
Yeah,
drinking,
Wait,
smoking weed
what
at
grade
16.
were you though?
a sophomore.
Okay, yeah.
I was
I was a sophomore too. So
But I
Yeah.
maybe
No, I
I don't know who was first out of the
Do you
two of us, 'cause
consider-
I was 16 when you were 15 though at one point.
Right.
mine was the summer
everybody
of
was.
sophomore year going into junior year.
Yes, you were.
So is that junior?
You were almost picked last for dodgeball. Let's put it that way.
Fuck off! I was right in the middle, motherfucker.
Shout out to AIM Instant Messenger. Would have never got done if it wasn't
Thug
for that.
life.
Yeah, I texted that. Bro.
I wish if any of us ever became single again, I hope they would bring that back.
When
Oh.
texting costed 10 cents a message.
It was worth it. It was the most important text message I can send you guys.
So you guys know, listen, we used to text each other "thug life" when we got laid. And the first time I ever got
For the
laid,
first-
I texted everyone. I said "thug life."
There was rules. Is every time it was the first time with somebody new,
Oh.
you have to text Thug Life. If you had a girlfriend for 6 months and you text me Thug Life,
No.
I would block your
Ew,
fucking number.
but fucking throw up.
Every night on the way home, we're packing a dip. Thug life, like, fuck off.
No one gives a shit.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
It's the first. It's a new one. You got another number, another notch on the belt. That's all we care about.
All right, let's wrap up.
If you don't learn anything, now you know the age of consent, bestiality, and we still want Elliot Page to come on.
None of those are related, though.
You can live in Utah and be 26 and fuck a 16-year-old.
Mormonism, magic underwear.
Out.
Bye.